And we are live. Hey guys, there's a very loud owl outside my house. I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully it adds to the ambiance. How are you guys? How is everybody? Oh, by the way, I figured out, for those of you who've been on the streams, the past couple of streams where it's had that weird glowy or like glare, I finally figured out. You remember the other night last week when I was like driving myself crazy trying to figure out which one of the lights was causing the problem? It was this one. It was the damn lamp. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I fixed it. Hey, That Word Junior, welcome. First to chat. Hey, Pizza. Hey, Michael. How is everybody? Pizza, I always feel like I'm disrespecting the glory that is your name because it's just I just say pizza in an attempt to not mess it up. Hello, hey Jay, hey Larry. How is everybody? It's only been a few days since we've done one of these streams, but it feels like it's been forever. Optimistically cynical. My son to the parking lot. We found. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I remember when my little fishy. I was like 2, and I had a little fish boy who died. And yeah. It was, yeah, never fun the first time or any time a pet dies. Look forward, yes. That word, always remembering to give people a first time welcome to chat. I love it. Not in a godly manner. I will accept your shortening of my name for now. Oh, it's such a good name. Oh, yeah, I'm just actively afraid of watching that episode of Round the Twist. I know, I'll get there one day. I'm just like, oof. But, let's see. Actually, before we get to what we're talking about today, can I just showcase some of the cool stuff I got in the mail this week? This was the first week I got to ever go and pick up mail from my P.O. box. And it made me so happy. This was from, Patrick, thank you again. We finally got the Full House books, which I'm sure will be very fun on stream. Let's see. Hey, Paulo. I have your stuff here, too. I'm going to showcase your stuff in just 1 second. It made me so happy. We have Full House Michelle, the substitute teacher. We've got Michelle, I've Got a Secret. We've got a Stephanie book, Big Fix Me Up. These are this is bringing back, I don't even think I read any of these, but I remember like seeing these at my library and just being like, ooh, I remember this. We have a Club Stephanie, Fun, Sun, and Flamingos. That one was very popular when I posted about it. Everybody was like, that one, it's going to be so cool. We have another Club Stephanie, Fireworks and Flamingos. And then we have this one I did have, a Mary-Kate and Ashley book, The Challenge. So I'm super excited. And this was not from Patrick. This is just the book. This was mixed in, and it didn't mean to be mixed in, but this is the drug-free zone Berenstain Bears that I got. In case anybody was thinking I was bluffing when I said I was going to get it when I found it on eBay that day, I got it. And also the seller who sold it to me was like the nicest lady in the world. So yeah, I got this for like $1.50, and I'm very proud of myself for that. Hey, Cameron. On the hour, not late. It's a Christmas miracle. It's a Halloween miracle. Babysitters Club. Yes, I did have some of the Babysitters Club. Also, this is from Patrick. Does anybody remember Liberty's Kids? We got Liberty's Kids first 4th of July on DVD, which I'm very excited to use in an upcoming video. I feel like we should save it for 4th of July, but I'm like so excited. It might be a little bit before 4th of July, but I think it'll be so fun. Oh my god, yes. How patriotic. Yeah, it's the theme song. I was talking to my brother about this because my brother was always scared of Liberty's Kids. And yes, it's probably, looking back at it now, very overly patriotic, but the theme song was definitely something, and I cannot wait to cover it. I remember like watching it and being like, ooh, Liberty's Kids. I was such a PBS Kids kid. So yes, thank you again, Patrick, for these adorable things. I love them. They made my day. That's gonna be... Why is the camera doing this? Why are we doing this, camera? Stop. Stop doing this. Hi, Milo. Ooh, we're learning about Australian slang terms. I just got mixed in. I'll put it here. But yes, this is going to be very fun too. And then Paolo was nice enough to send, first of all, Beauty and the Beast stuff always makes me super happy, but Paolo sent the original motion picture soundtrack on CD, which made me so happy I almost cried. Oh my god, I love Beauty and the Beast so much. And look at how adorable this is. Look at his eyes, his beast eyes, and he has the rose, and look. This is so cute. Thank you, Paolo. I love this dearly. And it's sitting on my desk right now, and hopefully soon I'll be able to like put in a shelf so that I can like put it up and see it like every day, along with the other things. Also, Paolo sent these, which are absolutely adorable. They are Star Wars little figurines, and look at the Ewok. I love it so much. I love them. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. You guys are so sweet to send mail. I have started keeping any letters that you guys have sent me. I have like a big box where I'm keeping all of the letters you guys send me. It makes my day. And we have little Yoda and C-3PO. It made me so happy. Thank you guys. I wanted to showcase that because I have been showing them to everybody I know all of the time, and I can't stop talking about them, and I love them. So they're sitting here on the desk. Hey, Misfiring. If there's not enough bandwidth, that could honestly be because it's plugged into the same, it's plugged into the same, words are hard. USB bus. Yeah, that might be the issue. Yeah. At least I figured out how the glaring stopped, so step by step. That'll do it. Yeah, I'll have to get that. Val Funko Pop in my room. They're so cute, aren't they? Oof. Yikes. I'm trying to figure out if there's any quick way for me to fix the camera issues right now, or if we can live with it. Once read a webcomic called The Dreamer about a high school girl who time travels to the American Revolution in her dreams. That is interesting. It sounds very interesting. I'm studying for Spanish test tonight, so I'm taking a quick hour-long break to come watch a stream. Yay! Hour-long break from studying. Hopefully I'll do the editing stream soon, and then that can just be like a chill, like, people can get work done while I get work done, and I can tell you how I get my work done. Kind of stream. Into time travel. Weirdly large genre. I was such a history buff that I was from a young age into anything that even claimed to be historical, even though probably a lot of it was teaching very false history. I still loved it. I was like, this is awesome. Owl magazines, Chickadee and yes, I remember that. Okay, seriously, camera? Why? Okay. We had a lot of foreign cartoons too. You just don't think about it until you grow up and you're like, oh, that wasn't made here. Can anybody hear, speaking of owls, the huge ass owl that's just very loud outside right now? Because, oh my god, it's like he's auditioning for the opera house. He is so loud. And I love owls, but oh my goodness. Okay, so should I do a road so far? For the books that we have read. I'm gonna have to move this. Sorry, you're gonna see the slight glare for a second. There we go. cannot believe that was the thing the entire time. I was driving myself crazy. On the cover. Play model. Ooh, I don't remember that one. Keep an eye out, though. A lot of Canadian cartoons. Yes. Interesting. Canada. Yeah, what's called? Certain percentages of what is aired on TV and radio must be made. Interesting. I did not know that. We have, because like here in Georgia, we don't have any regulations, obviously, about how much is filmed, but it is interesting. You get so many different tax breaks for filming in Georgia. That's why so much stuff gets made here nowadays. One of which being if you just have if you've ever been watching something like Walking Dead or Stranger Things or anything, and it's like it has that like little peach logo and it says made in Georgia, that gives them an extra like 10% in a lot of cases. I don't exactly pretend to know how all that tax write-off stuff works, but it gives them like a 10%. It gives them like so much more in the way of breaks just for having that on there. That's why you always see it. Yes, I was just saying thank you so much. This one was the one that I got that got mixed in. Whoops, no, don't knock over. Trying to keep everything running somewhat smoothly. But yes, I was telling everybody how happy I was to get these and how I'm excited. So thank you again. I cannot wait. These are so adorable. This one specifically, I remember reading. I don't remember that much about it, but I remember having it. And then these I've never read, so I'm very excited. And this. I was just telling them this... Probably I should wait until 4th of July, but I'm like so excited. I'm like, maybe it'll end up being before 4th of July. We'll have to see. We never know what's gonna happen. Wasn't it you said that the whole Georgia and Peaches thing? Oh yeah, so Natasha was telling me that on I think one of the whodunit videos that we did. I'm gonna go back to this for a second. Apparently we get most of our peaches from, while we eat a lot of peaches and consume a lot of peaches here, we get a lot of our peaches from Florida, of all places. So the whole, like, Georgia peaches is actually kind of a myth because they don't actually grow that well here. We only grow, like, a small amount of the overall, like, peach consumption in America, which is, I feel like my whole life is a lie. Yeah, sorry about the camera. I changed it for a second because I'm trying to... I don't know if there's really anything that can be done to fix it tonight. I think Misfiring's right, and it's because both cameras are plugged into the same hub. It's kind of, like, lagging, so yeah, sorry about that. It's me. It's not you. You're not going crazy. It's up to the kids about their parents. Oh my god, that was so fun. Wait, ooh, Fourth Doctor, hi! Question. Sorry, Fourth Doctor, I almost missed your message. You can travel to any time, any period to see something historical. Only realize that you can't interfere with the events of that period. Where do you go and why? Ooh, such an interesting question. Let me think. Gosh, there's so many things that, like, immediately pop to my mind. Yeah, sorry about the camera glitching. I'm hoping that it stops, but I have a sneaking suspicion it might kind of do that. Just for the time being. Jay-Z, we're here. Hopefully Jay-Z will show up eventually, or at least be able to catch this VOD back afterwards. Hey Jay-Z, if you're watching this back, or if you're watching this right now, hello. We're glad to have you around. Florida exports a lot of peaches and oranges for sure. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. If you've ever been to like the little welcome center between Georgia and Florida, they like give away like orange juice for free. It's really good. It's such a fun little welcome center. They have, like, all the Disney World stuff. They're like, we're Florida. We're super fun. Don't ask about our politics. Not that George's are much better, but I know, now I want orange juice. So yeah, okay. Let's see. Hopefully. I'm annoyed with this camera right now. Sorry, guys. I was all happy because I got the glare to stop, and now it was doing this a little bit before for sure, but now it's like worse. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Can we stop doing this? Turns out they published the last Club Stephanie book in 2001. That's a full 6 years after Full House ended. That is interesting. I remember like Full House, because when Full House ended, oh gosh, 6 years. So yeah, Full House ended mid-90s, and Full House was still very big, like as I was a little kid growing up watching it, pretty much all on reruns, I guess. So I can definitely see that the merchandising still had some merchandising left to do. No one talks about the residential schools, as they should. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that needs to get talked about way more than it is. Should we vote on... I'll set that up in just a second. Artist SRF, that's my introduction to the Olsen twins. So my introduction... So, like, aside from... Because, like, honestly, Full House was probably the first time I saw the Olsen twins. But the first time I, like, knew the Olsen twins as the Olsen twins were in the 2000s when they were teenagers. And I remember I had Mary-Kate and Ashley... I've talked about this. Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls when they were... That got released as part of the... merchandising for their movie where they go to London. So that whole thing was the first time I remember, like, actually, like, recognizing the Olsen twins outside of just like, oh, they play that kid on you know, Full House. As the merchandising do. Yes, merchandise gonna merchandise. I'm like, this episode is great. I think I prefer a diner episode. I think so. The Gremlin episode is more scary to me. The other one, the diner one with the little fortunes. Oh my god, the camera's gonna drive me nuts now. I'm so sorry. The one with the fortunes is also good. It's less like terrifying if you want to see William Shatner in one that isn't just gonna like give you nightmares. Direct-to-video movie. A year later, New York Minute was released in theaters. Interesting. First saw them in their sleepover video when they were being advertised. Hardcore in the 90s. Yeah. Why do I have... Wait, which one is the one? There is one of the... We need to start just covering Mary-Kate and Ashley VHSs, because there's a lot of them, and they're a lot. But I remember one specifically with snowballs, and I don't remember what that one actually was. I just have this memory of getting it from the library. Yeah, gremlins have been around in public consciousness for a long time. The one where they go to the Mall of America. Vaguely. I haven't seen many of those in a very long time. I should cover them. I'm at this point where I'm like, should I just, like, unplug it and plug it back in? Maybe. I don't know that that'll do anything. But, you know, when you're like, I'll try anything because it's annoying me? It might be that. Sleepover Thing was part of the Twins Party VHS series. Yeah. I remember that. Watch Quantum Leap at all before. Yes, I actually have been meaning to cover, because I know it's premiering. If it hasn't already premiered, it's premiering like this week, right? The new revamped version. And Quantum Leap was something that I loved as a kid. It is probably, I'm sure, the 80s version in so many ways has aged so badly. But I do want to do a video about at least one episode because it's finally getting a reboot. And I think that would be very topical. So I just need to plan for that. Already started again. Yeah, I figured it had, because I was like, oh, it starts September. Oh, we're in late September. That's right. And then we went to Build-A-Bear. America. Since seeing that age 4, I have wanted my own Build-A-Bear. Well, a successful ad, but I don't have one. I went to Build-A-Bear once I didn't put any clothes on my, it wasn't a bear, it was a cat. But I did put a little roaring thing in his arm, so he was this little kitty that would roar like a lion. I very nearly almost went to Build-A-Bear for my 25th birthday, and then didn't. But I will go back to Build-A-Bear in a heartbeat. I haven't been since I was 7. Fictional versions of themselves. I was like 5 years older than them. Yeah, that was most of the girls in the early to mid 2000s playing fictional versions of themselves, dating guys that are too old for them as teenage girls. Okay, so to recap, let's see. So far, we have done Terrifying Pterodactyl. Still, I'm not over that one. That was a lot. We've got The Wrestler's Ghost, The Doughy Creature, The Wandering Witch, The Batty Vampire, Angry Alligator, and Bigfoot Beast. Those are the ones that we have done so far. Episode. That's right. Yeah, there was a, Quantum Leap was... It was, from what I remember, and I haven't watched it since I was a kid, it was a show that was trying to be very progressive, and I think it was in a lot of ways progressive for its time, but because it was the 80s and we weren't talking about a lot of the issues that we're talking about now, they just, didn't. If you watch it back now, you're like, oh, this is probably not a good representation of this, but it was very, it was very wholesome until you talk about the guide guy that was always trying to have sex with everybody. But other than that, the rest of the show, I remember loving that show. It showed interracial relationships. It's just one of those things where it's just it's such a, what's the word? It's such a, holy shit. I mean, Jinkies. It's such a time capsule for the 80s, right? And it's so interesting to me because that's kind of what we do on this channel all the time, is kind of looking back at things and realizing a lot of times how far, don't knock Bob Ross over, how far we've kind of progressed on certain things. And so it's just I haven't watched it back in years, but I would like to. I'd like to do a video about it because it would be fascinating to watch it back now. Some of our more... I was going to say modern sensibilities, but that wasn't correct. More just now that we're talking about social issues more, watch it back. I'm going to unplug the camera for a second and just see. All right, guys, I'm right here. I'm still talking. There are so many cables on the floor. You would absolutely have a heart attack if you saw it. Thankfully, no one sees that part. If I ever get my hands on that damn gremlin, so better than the story. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I don't even know that I'm being heard right now. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. If I ever get my hands on that little gremlin. Every time Ape is taking a hit tonight. Yeah, sorry guys. We're just gonna get, if anybody noticed though, I don't want to speak too soon, but we're not getting the terrible glitching. I think it was my, no, as soon as I said it, damn it. Well, it's not as bad, hopefully. We're just gonna go. You like an appropriate you should sir. All right, I'm just gonna get it. It's almost 9. I'm just gonna get into this book. I'm so sorry. Tonight is just, everything is breaking. I restarted the computer, and then as I was restarting the computer, it was like, hey, the internet's out. And I was like, of course it is. Of course. Yeah, we've yet to start the book 3/4 of an hour in, yeah. But I will not be deterred. I am very stubborn, and this is going to happen. First the gremlin trying to scare it, and now it's trying to tear it. Yeah, can't be beaten. But we're here. I'm just gonna start the book. I am so sorry, and thank you guys for still being here. The fact that there is anybody watching right now is honestly just amazing. I can't believe it. James Gelsey. We haven't been keeping track of, like, which writers have been doing what. Oh, we're at a pancake place. We're getting pancakes. Didn't we do pancakes the last time? Feels very deja vu. But anyway. Okay. Oh yeah, we're a character. Yes, we're a character. I'm gonna cut so much out of this VOD. There's gonna just be like a 45-minute cut of the VOD where, like, I go from just being like, oh, I'm so happy, let's get started, to just, like, me just being, like, war-torn and just like, oh my god, I am over it. But I'm excited. Let's read a book. The creative curse words Avery comes up. I'm always warring with my technology. I usually say it's the happy little ghost that's not trying to be destructive, but tonight feels like a personal attack. Pancakes and the Lucy Show, yes. Alright, here we go. Finally. It's a beautiful sunny day, and you're on your way to Patty's Pancakes for lunch. You don't usually have pancakes for lunch, but then you don't usually meet Scooby Doo and his friends for lunch either. Is this like the first book? Because we absolutely do usually meet them for lunch. So you're willing to make an exception because you know it'll be worth it. Even though you've never been there before, you recognize the restaurant right away. It's shaped like a stack of pancakes, a really, really big stack of pancakes. The Mystery Inc. gang is waiting outside for you. It is shaped like pancakes. That is what it is. Yes, we're back on. Sorry, Laser. It's a night. Tonight's a night, and it's fine. It's fine. We're going. We're here, and we're doing the thing. Hey, Fred calls. You made it. Let's get inside, Shaggy says. Scooby and I are, like, starved. You smile because you know Scooby and Shaggy are always starved. Inside, you follow the gang to a booth and sit down. The waitress hands you very large menus. Ugh. Man, I've never seen so many kinds of pancakes before, Shaggy gasps. Look at this, Scoob. They've even got coconut cream pie pancakes. Rach, Scooby says. How about chocolate-covered pretzel and peanut butter pancakes, Shaggy suggests. Scooby thinks about it. That one doesn't sound that bad. Then shakes his head. Scooby, there are like over 100 different kinds of pancakes here, Shaggy says. There's gotta be one you like. He says. Since when is he picky about food? Ava runs from the room and screams, fuck, as loud as she can. Yeah, does anybody watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel where she's like, fuck, and then the kids run by and she's like, God, you gotta tell me when the kids are here so I don't say fuck. The kids are here. Shit! That's how I feel right now. Yes. Late night pancakes. Late night pancakes are the best pancakes, let's be honest. What should our character's name be? How about Bob? I think we've talked about doing streams after we've read through all of these where we make up our own Scooby-Doo and You where the character is Nancy Drew herself because crossovers. I suppose the character could be anybody. Okay. What kind of pancakes do you want, Scooby? Asked Daphne. Ruby rack pancakes, says Scooby with a great big smile. Very funny, Scooby, Velma says. But I don't think they can make Scooby snack pancakes. Maybe we should just ask the waitress for a suggestion. The waitress walks over, and Fred asks what she recommends. Well, that food critic guy on Channel 3 just loves our blueberry and honey walnut pancakes, the waitress says. Oh no, Shaggy says, I'm not eating anything that has to do with anyone on TV. Oh my god. Daphne sees the puzzled look on your face. Don't listen to Shaggy, she says. He's still a little spooked from our last mystery. It took place on a television station. It was pretty tough mystery, too, Fred adds. We really could have used your help. I have an idea, Velma says. Why don't you read our Clue Keeper and see if you can solve it yourself? You nod your head with excitement. That'd be great, you exclaim. Daphne opens her pocketbook and hands you a small notebook. Here it is, she says. I think I took pretty good notes. Guys, what the hell is happening? Why is Daphne the only one taking notes anymore? Scooby Goes Hollywood. Oh my god. Oh no, I obviously am comfortable swearing. I try very hard not to swear around children, though, and I'm just terrified that, that one day I'm just gonna say fuck in front of a kid, and I don't know what I'm gonna do if that happens. They're out to prove she isn't useless. I mean, yeah. She wants to go against the stereotype. Yeah. 5. Literally 5 in a row. Velma has taken the notes twice, Fred once, and Daphne 5 times in a row. Starting to get a little bothersome. I think probably, like, if you were to read these in publishing order, they probably have an even mix, but it probably just happens that the way that I have mine, because I'm just reading them left to right on the shelf, I don't know, maybe the Daphne ones just somehow all got mixed together? I don't know. I fill in. God. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's like that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. That's terrible. Here's our blindfolded spun around and then point to whoever the clue keeper will be, yeah. I would never. Unless the kid was an asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually very good with kids, I swear. But just in case, we've added a few things to help you along. When you see this sign, suspicion eyes, though that means you've just met a suspect, Velma explains, and a flashlight shows you found a clue. We'll even ask you some questions along the way to help you organize your notes in your own clue keeper, Fred offers. May I take your order, the waitress asks. Everyone looks over and sees that Shaggy and Scooby aren't even close to making a decision. It's very weird of them not to just want everything on the menu. Scoob, if we get the chocolate chip and banana pancakes, we might not have room for the praline crunch and watermelon pancakes. Oh, the praline ones would probably kill me, and that would be better than eating the banana ones. We need a few more minutes, please, Daphne tells the waitress. Take your time, Velma says to you. It looks like we're going to be here for a while. You open the clue keeper and start to read The Case of the Television Monster. I love solving mysteries. What's in Scooby Doo? My hair. I love my hair. Honestly, I've been watching What's New Scooby Doo back. I was watching it Saturday and Sunday as I was editing. And actually, I kind of like Daphne in that one because, sure, she's very, like, overly girly stereotype, but, like, that's fine. And she is very helpful. Like, she's kind of like a Kim Possible variant, if that makes any sense. Obviously, the best version of her is the live-action movies played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy herself. Wait, what pancakes? Praline and watermelon were the ones that got me. Hey, Boots the Cat. Was the praline crunch watermelon 1 or 2 pancakes? It was all 1. Praline crunch watermelon. Which just makes me frightened to think about. Yep. Praline crunch and watermelon pancakes. I mean, I guess they could be 2, but the way that he says it, the chocolate chip and banana pancakes, we may not have room for the praline crunch and watermelon pancakes. I'm afraid that it might be the same. Oh, that might be 1. Yes. The classic Velma. You can and will not hesitate to kick your ass and look fine as hell at the same time. I know. We respect her for that. Teacher's assistant who said one Halloween a kid came up to the house. Asked what? She asked who was. A serial killer. Oh, wow. That's one of those... No, it's not even teenagers. I'm sure it was like a child, but you know, the teenagers scared the living shit out of me. That's what I think about. It's like, oh, here you go, kid. Please don't come back to my house. Please don't hurt me. Blueberry flavored almonds. I get what they're going for. Yeah, feels weird. Yeah, so you guys know that this year we're doing a group costume. It was my idea to be the Mystery Inc. gang, and I want to basically take an old like cereal box and like print out a wraparound that makes it look like a Scooby Snacks box, and then hand kids candy out of the Scooby Snacks box. I think that would be very on brand. That would be cute. Velma, Shaggy, say Zoe, yeah. Poor Velma is the mom friend looking after everybody else. You won because she loved it. Yeah, I love that. When I was a kid and I would get like extra candy and I knew that like my costume was good, I was so it was just a pride and joy moment. We were pretty split. We were split right down the, I was gonna say right down the middle, but four-way split. Incorporated when she's, yeah, it's okay. She figured out that Shaggy wasn't right for her eventually. It's fine. We all make mistakes, even Velma. Bless Shaggy. Alright, Clue Keeper entry 1. Digby Rostow, the owner of Channel 8, had invited us to his television station. My uncle is a friend of his and suggested that Mr. Rostow call us when he started receiving mysterious letters. The station owner took my uncle's advice. He phoned and told us he was worried someone was going to cause trouble at the television station. When we arrived, the receptionist sent us right to Mr. Rostow's office. We walked down a hallway with a glass wall. The wall looked out over all the television studios at Channel 8. One was set up for the news, and another was arranged for a cooking show. There was even a set that looked like a giant playroom. In it, a man wearing a suit and tie danced around with a broom. When we got to When we got to Mr. Rostow's office, the door was wide open. It was hard not to overhear the argument going on inside. I don't care how much you're offering, I'm still not selling the station, Mr. Rostow said angrily. Ooh, suspect. I just now looked at the Channel 8 news set, Digby. Do you really think that the new furniture will help your ratings? A man replied. How I run the station is my business, not yours, Whitman, Mr. Rostow replied. I'd rather go off air than sell to you. Suit yourself, Digby, the man said as he left, but I'll find a way to get this station with or without your consent. Oof. The man stormed out of the office and marched right past us. Suspect list. Ugh. Hey, that was W.P. Whitman, Fred said. You know that guy who owns the Daily Bulletin? That's right, said Mr. Rostow as he came out of his office. Why does he want to buy your TV station? Velma asked. So he can make even more money and control all the news in this town, Mr. Rostow replied bitterly. But you don't have to worry yourselves about that. I'm really glad you could come. Well, we might have to worry ourselves if he ends up being the bad guy. He glanced at his wristwatch and frowned. Oh boy, it's already started. Come on, kids. Mr. Rostow walked back into his office and turned on a television set. Hey, it's the guy we just Shaggy said. That's Sam Silly, and you're watching the very first episode of the Sam Silly Show, Mr. Rostow said. I think it will be a ratings blockbuster, and we desperately need one. The station hasn't been doing very well lately. If the mysterious threats I told you about don't stop, and if our ratings don't go up, I may have to sell the station to W.P. Whitman after all. I mean, we can help you with the monster, but we can't do much for your ratings, I don't think. Sorry, guys. Like, by ratings, do you mean the number of people who watch your channel, Shaggy asked? That's what he means, Shaggy. Exactly, Mr. Rostow confirmed. If you don't have good ratings, companies won't advertise to you on your channel. The money from advertising commercials is what pays for the programs at TV stations. Economics lesson, kids. Hey, kids, can you say capitalism? Great. Is there a reason you want us to see this show, I asked. Yes. The last threatening message I received on my phone machine. Phone machine. That's interesting. Okay. Said I'd see that the caller wasn't kidding when I tuned into the first episode of Sam Silly. You can imagine how worried I am right now. Mr. Rasta raised the volume and sat down behind his desk. We all turned our attention towards the TV set. Sam Silly started juggling a bowling ball, a picture frame, and a cat. A cat? I'm worried for the cat. I'm worried. I'm scared. Phone machine. I know, right? It's the phone machine. I've never heard that one before. Okay. A doorbell rang on the show, and Sam Silly dropped what he was juggling. The bowling ball landed on... Sorry, I lost my place. The bowling ball landed on his foot, so he hopped over to the playroom door. I'll bet it's Mailman Mo, Sam Silly said in a very comical, high-pitched voice. He opened the door, and Sam Silly jumped back, looking terrified. A strange creature burst into the room. It had a small television set for a head, and its body was wound up thin, shiny black ribbon. Like film. Oh, this might be my favorite costume so far. I can only assume it's a costume. It has human hands, but its eyes glowed eerily. As if two blank greenish TV lights shone from the sockets. Sounds. There we go. At least that didn't break. Velma gasped. I don't think that's Mailman Mo. He's some kind of mummy wrapped up in videotape. People of Channel 8 beware, the monster warned in a low, growly voice. The curse of the television monster has begun. I will haunt every show on this station until Channel 8 goes off the air forever. I don't know why my interpretation of every monster is just like an annoyed, like, you don't know, I'll haunt the station forever. Like, it's almost like I almost imagine that Jeff Goldblum plays every single bad guy in these books. Do you know what I mean? That's how I picture it in my head. Ooh, film. Such an expensive costume. You know what that film would cost? The monster let out a maniacal laugh. Sam Silly was scared silly. Good one, Daphne, and ran right out through the playroom door. The monster followed him out the door. Mr. Rosto snapped up his phone, pushed the red button, and shouted, "Go to commercial! Go to commercial!" Oh god, kids are watching this live. Can you imagine? Kids are watching this live. Yikes. The television screen went black, and then a commercial started. Excuse me, kids, I need to go, Mr. Rosto said. I'll catch up with you later. If you need anything, ask my assistant, Ben. Mr. Rosto ran out of his office. We went back into the hallway, overlooking the studios. Looking down through the glass, I thought I saw something dart quickly around the desks in the news studio. Did you just see something dash through the news studio? I asked the king. The only thing Scooby and I want to see is the exit, Shaggy said. Velma said. I bet there's more to this television monster than meets the eye. Well, gang, that's why we're here, Fred said. I was afraid you were going to say that, groaned Shaggy. Good pun, Daphne. Yes, very good pun, Daphne. Monotonous monster. Just notice all the Loki Funko Pops. Thought they were coats. No, they're low. I have more than just these, but these are the 4 that I have here with me right now. You can't tell. I very much love Loki. And I've knocked one over like 4,000 times. Capitalism. Thank you for participating. I highly doubt someone named Sam Silly is going to be that much of a ratings boon, right? Which square is blue? That one. Which one? That one. Come on. Which square is blue? That one. Yeah, that was trying to help poor Steve on Blue's Clues. The poor man. Can you read this one, or is this? Or is someone always refusing? Someone's always refusing to sell. Yeah, someone's always refusing to sell. We have not read this one yet. You're thinking of the beginning of the Bigfoot Beast, where they were trying to get somebody to sell the land. This is Scooby Doo. It's always capitalism. There's always like a greedy capitalist who's trying to like get the smaller business to sell out. Love to see Shaggy and Scooby get to narrate. I still think they're not going to be able to because I think they've been banned. So I definitely think what's going to happen is if we ever write our own knockoffs, I think we'll have to write the story of why they're not allowed to keep the Clue Keeper. Turn back to what I was doing and back the guy was gone. Wait. Worked at a Costco. Causing some... It's about... Wheeze, I know him. Need to come in the morning. Turn back. Oh gosh, that's creepy. I hate being at work late at night. It's too creepy. You can never have too much Loki, but I wouldn't put it past him. You know what I mean? All right. Daphne's mystery solving tips. Well, it looks like there's a mystery brewing, and I think we found our first suspect. Take out your clue keeper and pen or pencil, then answer these questions about the suspect you've just met. What is the suspect's name? Why is he at the television station? Television station. Why was that hard for me to say? What does he want that makes him a suspect? Once you're done, read the next entry to see where we went next. Got here just about... Similar motif as the first one is. Yeah, very similar motif. Yeah, these books are kind of, yeah. They only have so many things, like tropes that they utilize. But we still love them. Suspect number 1. Mr. something. Mr. So-and-so. Not Mr. Rosto. W.P. Whitman. There you go. What a rich guy name to have. W.P. Whitman. That's true. We did have Red Herring be the culprit once. Yeah. Oh, the old Norse legends are so much, and I love it. Mythology is just so fun. WP stands for Wiener Poo. I like this idea. I like this. Why is he there? I have a blue pen tonight, guys. He wants to bully Mr. Whatever his name is. What is his name? Mr. Rowan Rosto. There you go. Rosto into selling. And then his motive is he wants to buy the station. I'm not taking any of your shit today, camera, any more than I already have. Fancy blue pen. All of the pens that you've seen me use, I'm pretty sure, on this channel since starting live streaming are all from the same pack that my dad gave me last year for Christmas, and I love them. They are the best pens, and they have all of the colors, and I love it. Why do you think this one guy wants Channel 8 specifically so bad? Like, it's probably just another local channel, right? Fair Madeline. I haven't seen that one in a while. I need to do Madeline videos. Hang on. Before I read the next chapter, my water is in the next room, so I will be right back. 3 seconds of chair stream. Look at that, I don't even have a mug. I have a Health Fest cup today. Hi, Fortnite. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. They were especially bad before. I'll cut it out of the VOD. If you're watching this back on VOD, hopefully you have no idea what we went through earlier. I like those multicolored pens where you can change. Oh, that was my favorite thing when I was in grade school. I love it. I still to this day love it. Transmission might be better transmission, which leads to more viewers, which leads to more money. True. Very true. Okay. Let's see. Clue Keeper Entry 2. We stood in the hallway trying to decide where we should go first. How about the cafeteria? Shaggy suggested. I'll bet they serve leftovers from all those cooking shows. Scooby licked his lips and rubbed his stomach in anticipation. Anticipation. Oh, I was there, lol. I am very sorry. Thank you for still being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a lot. Why don't we look around the television studios instead, Fred said. Good idea, Fred, Velma agreed. Velma's like, Fred, you had a good idea. Poor Fred. No way, Shaggy said. What if we run into that creepy monster we just saw? What creepy monster? Asked a voice from behind us. We turned around and saw someone holding a huge stack of videotapes. The pile was so high, in fact, it stopped just under the man's nose. The one on the Sam Silly show, Velma replied. I don't remember there being any monster on the Sam Silly show, he said. The man suddenly sneezed and dropped the stack of videotapes. They crashed to the floor. Without the videos in front of him, we saw that the man wasn't much older than we are. Gesundheit, I said. Can we give you a hand? Fred, Velma, Shaggy, and I each picked up a couple of videotapes. Thanks, he replied. I'm Ben Fraser. I'm not usually this clumsy, but I hurt my hand doing some work on the news set earlier today. Suspect list, and I bet that's going to be a clue that comes back. Are you the same Ben who's Mr. Rosto's assistant? Velma asked. Mr. Rosto's gopher is more like it, Ben replied. Oof, that guy's got a motive. Like Fortnite. I feel like I'd feel so old playing Fortnite. I wouldn't understand anything about it, and I would just feel just like an 80-year-old more than I usually do. Ellery! So far, the mystery is fine. You haven't missed very much because the first 45 minutes was just me warring with every piece of equipment I have. But the mystery's been fine. How are you, Ellery? You need trauma therapy. Same. Every time something goes wrong on stream, I'm just like, oh no, oh god, oh no. So far, it looks like we actually fixed the problem, so that's good. I'm great putting off assembling IKEA furniture. Ooh, IKEA furniture. What kind of IKEA furniture is it? There's like levels to how obnoxiously hard to put together the IKEA furniture is. The last piece of furniture I think I put together from there was a floor-to-ceiling thing of shelves for the pantry. And it wasn't the worst. I think the hardest thing I've ever seen, my dad, back when I was a kid, I remember him vividly struggling to put a TV cabinet together. Invite some friends over and make it a party. Yeah. The same motif as the first suspect in the Bigfoot case, yeah. Freestanding closet, basically. Ooh, I used to have one of those. Hopefully it's not very hard to put together. Alright, so this is Ben, the gopher, that definitely has a motive because he clearly hates his boss. Shaggy laughed. As in, go for this and go for that, he asked? Exactly right, Ben confirmed. I was supposed to work in the news department, but so far all I've done is move furniture, get coffee, deliver videotapes, and photocopy scripts. Not exactly the exciting world of television that Mr. Rosto promised. All those things sound important, I said. Maybe, but they're nowhere near as important as being a television anchorman, Ben continued. That's what I really want to be. If I could only break open an important news story. I know that Mr. Rosso would give me a shot at the news, but for now, I'm stuck carrying videotapes. Well, I better be going now. I have to deliver some of these videos to Wellington Weiss. Do you mean Wellington Weiss, the talk show host of the Wellington Weiss show? I asked. No, the other Wellington Weiss, Daphne. That's him, Ben replied. Boy, wouldn't it be groovy to meet an actual TV star? I wondered out loud. I used to love the Wellington Weiss show. I felt sorry that they took it off. I felt sad that they took it off air. Not sorry. That's not what you said. Sorry for putting words in your mouth, Daphne. Most shows get canceled sooner or later, Velma commented. I know, I admitted. I'd love to meet Wellington Weiss, even if he isn't on TV anymore. Velma just said that with the callousness of somebody that's been through, like, eons of fandom culture, you know? Yeah, fuck his boss. Yeah, Patrick, I feel like, has a vested interest in hating this particular setup dynamic. Are you getting the new Daphne and Velma novel? Probably. I actually wasn't sure when exactly it was coming out, but I'm sure at some point I'll get around to getting it. Ben's the monster. My current closet is built in, but it's way too small for storing my clothes along with all my other belongings. Yeah. When we moved into this house, I cannot tell you what a 1%er I felt like having this closet that you can actually walk into. I've never had that. I've had, at best, an alcove. A very shallow alcove in the old house. Weiss, am I spelling that right? Sounds like it starts, Walmart particle board shelves are a pain to get together. I don't think I've had to put them together, but that sounds annoyingly difficult. Background character on FBI who gives the main character sandwiches. I don't trust Sandwich Girl. She's such a... I like that you, as a television assistant, is suspicious of all other television assistants. Freddy and Shaggy live action movie, like how I only make something supernatural like vampires. Yeah, there's been a lot of like origin story-y things for them, but yeah. Somehow every time they do it, I still wish they did it a little differently. Fred and Shaggy is a friendship within the friend group dynamic that I feel like we don't talk about enough. Because they're so opposite. Downsized when we got this place, so on storage, after getting rid of 75% of my stuff, it doesn't all fit. So IKEA, it was LMAO. Yeah, that sounds annoying. Oh. So a giant crane fell on the new News 9 building. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I hope nobody was hurt. I thought you were about to say it fell on a person, and I was about to have a panic attack. I've been on set when a cherry picker tire popped, and genuinely was just like, that is a very loud sound. I don't have shelf space for all my book collection. I was just moving around books today because I apparently have a problem. I have so many books and not nearly enough space to put them. I'm probably also going to end up going to IKEA soon and getting just like a freestanding extra bookshelf. Almost killed 2 people, but they were able to get out of the way in time. Wow, that's so scary. I'm so glad they are okay. Well, just to see a movie with Shaggy and Freddy. Oh, yeah. Being the Mystery Inc. gang's friends must be... It's gotta be fun to be part of the Mystery Inc. gang. Sorry, I completely distracted myself before I was even done with the page, wasn't I? And to answer, the question before, Weiss is spelled W-E-I-S-S. Weiss. Furniture construction, yes. I do have I have thought about, because I want to basically wallpaper this wall with some of the pages of duplicates of books that I have in my collection. So like duplicates of like some of the Goosebump books, or, you know, and or Nancy Drew books. And I've thought more than once about doing a stream where I just do that on stream. The most I've ever had to go through to get a job. To get a job, not much, honestly. For stand-ins, there isn't a super, like, rigorous process. It's mostly just certain jobs are a lot once you get on set. But, I mean, usually people just call me and are like, hey, you're short. Can you stand in for this kid? But sometimes it's like, hey, come to this interview, and then that's when you kind of get hired for, like, that's more for, like, when they're hiring you for, like, full-time for a full season of TV or something. Had the girls in the popular school band, yes. So it would be awkward to be, like, friends with them, but not actually part of the group. Yeah, that's why my headcanon is that we're also just so great at solving mysteries that we're off doing it on our own, and that's why they never bring us to help them. That has to be it. Oh, Velma TV series looks bad. Oh, yeah. I always get scared when they try to spin something off. We can give you a hand bringing these videotapes to him, Fred offered. And while you're doing that, Scooby and I can find the cafeteria, Shaggy suggested. All this standing around and talking about videotapes has made us hungry. Since when do videotapes make you hungry? Velma asked. They don't, Shaggy explained, but standing around talking does. We'll catch up with you later. Come on, Scoob. All right, but stay out of trouble, I warned. What kind of trouble could we get into at a television station? Shaggy asked. Well, Shaggy, there is a monster. We don't want to find out, Fred answered. Imagine post-book, we then go and do the same premise with them in our mystery of the week. Yeah. We're like, hey, guys. Like, we're swapping notes. Maybe we really are Nancy Drew. I saw an SUV catch fire. Oh my god. That's terrifying. So I'll bet you notice the suspect eyes on page 17. That means it's time for you to open up your clue keeper. Answer these questions about the possible suspect you've just met. When you're done, read the next entry in our clue keeper and see who we meet up with next. What is the suspect's name? What is his job? Sorry, guys. What does he want to do that makes him a suspect? Oh, my sound is all wonky. Of course it is. That's the only thing that hasn't broken down yet, so of course it is. Let me see. Oh, and my phone died, because of course it did. Oy. Sorry, guys. Your sound is okay? Okay. Sometimes if I forget to if I talk a little too loud, it will go out, and that's not because anything's wrong with it, that's just because it has like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a guard, so that it doesn't like blow out everybody's speakers on the other end. Okay, if that's fine, then I'll just hope that stays fine, I guess. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but I started a Goodreads account specifically for these streams and the books that we read, to keep track of like what books I have in my collection, what books we're planning to read, what books we've already read, and I thought it would be kind of funny if from now on, every time we finish a book, we kind of like collectively like write a review, at least a little bit for the book, or like give it a rating out of 5 stars or something like that. And then maybe we could go, because we've done 8 books aside from that, so we could do retroactive for the ones that we've already read. Do a stream on And Just Like That. What is And Just Like That? Is that a movie? I think I'm just dumb. I think I just don't know what that is. I was really sad because do you guys remember when I did a video on the Tower of Terror movie from the 90s with Kirsten Dunst? That got put on. Oh, I've never watched any Sex and the City. Interesting. That got put on YouTube finally, so I was like, should we maybe do a stream where we just watch that movie since I already have covered it? And then I did like a test stream to see, and it like immediately was like, nope, this is copyrighted. Good luck though. And I was like, damn, what about a fun stream? A lot of joining, but I only have like 6 books. I can't anyway. You don't have to. It's really just, I just thought it would be a fun addition to the stream. I just kind of put it out there just because I know some people really like using Goodreads and might like to just use it to keep track of what we've been doing. But yeah, it's totally not important if you don't have one or don't want to. But, you know. The job I recently got is janitorial position. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, Sex and the City is old at this point. That would have been a fun stream. I'm so upset about it. I'm just like, damn it. I know, but like we'd be talking about it and like it's an old movie that like they barely sell anymore. So yeah, I was annoyed about it, but I was like, oh well. But I did find out that I can stream full episodes of Bob Ross, which is exactly what I've been wanting to do for a while. So I guess that's something that is still on. Okay, so we got to answer our clues. Oh, it's 9:30 and we're already only on the second suspect. Suspect number 2. Oh, I never knew the first season was was like a mockumentary. That's interesting. It is an underrated Disney Parks film for sure. It's a live-action web series on YouTube about Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. It's pretty good. Sub 2 is supposed to be coming out pretty soon. I have not seen that. I was just talking about there was some. I haven't gotten to see it yet, but there's a group of like indie filmmakers who have made a couple of really full length, like over. One of them is like an hour and a half, and the other one is like over 2 hours. Scooby Doo movies, and I just thought that was really cool that they were able to do that. Because as an indie filmmaker, I cannot imagine. Ben, what is Ben's last name? Ben reminds me of Ryan from The Office. Ben Fraser. I always think about Brendan Fraser being like, it's Fraser. If you say Fraser, I will come to your house. What's the other question? What his job is? I think that was the question. Yeah, what's his job? His job is he is a PA, pretty much. Rest. I was about to say rest in peace, but that sounded morbid. He's not dead. He's just a PA. The creature on the book cover is Nightbot. I love picturing Nightbot as this guy. Franchise. So hateable, it's hilarious. Even Sarah Jessica Parker herself hates her. That's so funny. Yeah, we need Matthew Lillard read Scooby for sure. Oh God, Paul, what have you done? No, Paul, you're too young to die. No. You've only been timed out for 5 seconds, so you're good. It says 5 minutes, but you just get a warning because you're not a repeat offender. You can't. Can anybody else? Is anybody else not hearing me? Can you hear me? Still being heard? Am I... Okay. Sorry, Patrick. That might be an issue on your end for... It never happens that it's on somebody else's end. I'm so sorry. How the sound turned down, LOL. Okay, good. I mean, I'm glad that nothing's broken on your end, and I'm glad that nothing is broken on my end. I need to check that out, for sure. Okay, here. Okay. Cool. Okay, so he's a PA. His motive is that he's a PA. He hates his boss. And job. And wants to be an anchor. Feels a little counterproductive if you want to be an anchor to shut down the station that you already have some kind of in with, but you know. Gia Video killed someone. The ring, is that you? No one actually dies in this book. I just... that song was in my head when I was making the titles, and it fit, so that's what the title is. Lunch in the hostess desk. Had a sign that said something about getting the party for a shorter wait time, and my brain instantly... we split the party! You can never afford, yeah. Split party for a shorter lifetime. That's funny. Alright. Let's keep rolling. Clue Keeper Entry 3. We helped Ben carry the videotapes to Wellington Weiss's dressing room. As we got closer, we suddenly heard a man yell for help. That sounds like Mr. Weiss, Ben exclaimed. He ran down the hallway to Wellington Weiss's dressing room. By the time we got there, the door was open, and Ben was already inside. The dressing room was very plain. There was a sofa and a coffee table on one side. A long makeup table and mirror lined the other wall. Is everything all right? Fred asked. Yes, fine, answered the man sitting on the sofa. Does he say every word twice? Okay. It was Wellington Weiss, the former TV talk show host. He held a glass of water in one hand and a white handkerchief on his forehead with the other. Suspect list. What happened? Asked Velma. Mr. Weiss says that, Ben began. I can speak for myself, thank you, Wellington Weiss said in a very familiar voice. I just heard that in Tim Curry's voice from when he played the Simon Cowell character on that episode of Psych. Does anybody remember that? I have not watched it in depth, but I have it saved to my, like, future videos playlist, so I can do some digging into it later. Hearing the guy talk about water made me thirsty. I was in my dressing room when I heard a strange sound in the hallway. I opened my door and saw some kind of creature with a television for a head. He made some growling noise, knocked me over, and then ran out into the stairwell. Excuse me, Mr. Weiss, but I have to get some tapes to the control room for the evening news, Ben interrupted. Yes, of course, Ben, Mr. Weiss said. On your way out, you can take those tapes on the table back to the video library. I'm sorry to say my VCR at home ate one of them again. Oh, remember when VCRs used to just destroy your VHS? Most of the pieces are still in one of the boxes, but they do seem to get everywhere. Ben gathered the tapes and then nodded goodbye. Poor Ben. See you later, and thanks again for your help. This really is quite an honor, Mr. Weiss, I said. I used to love your show. Why, thank you, young lady. That's very flattering, he replied. You know, my show had the highest ratings ever and helped build this television station. But then Digby Rostow decided to cancel it, leaving me a man without a show. Now I spend my time walking around the TV studios seeking inspiration. So he just loiters? The show got canceled? He's just hanging out? Crazy when things scare us that are meant for good. Yeah. I think like if it's good horror though, my thing is like it doesn't have to be like if it's good horror, it should be horror for like all ages. I don't think you need to have it like adultified to be good horror. I think that's the pit that a lot of slasher movies especially fall into. Mr. Weiss leaned forward and lowered his voice. I'm trying to develop an idea for a new show, you see. My new show will shoot right to the top of the ratings, and I won't give my brilliant new idea to Channel 8. I'll be a star on a new station. Yes, I'm going to make Digby Rostow sorry he ever took Wellington Weiss off the air. Well, good luck, Mr. Weiss, Fred said. We have to go find our friends now. Fred's just like, okay, thanks, bye. Yes, it would eat your fingers. Yup. She would change my video. LOL. Yeah. Video killed the radio star and digital media killed VHS and DVD. Yeah, that's what got revenge on video for the radio star was DVD and then later on streaming. Half-price books. And watched it, the music was louder than the characters. Oh, wow. Don't get between me. I watched it if you haven't. I haven't. I need to watch that. I'm back. No worries. I'm back too. I had to fight my way back out of the Shadow Realm again. It was a pleasure meeting you. Oh my god. You guys seeing this illustration? This is adorable. It was a pleasure meeting you, sir, I said. And whenever you do that new show, you can bet we'll be watching. Unless you're a criminal. We won't watch it if you're criminals. Then you'll probably get canceled. Just like in the social sense. That's very kind, young lady, Mr. Weiss said. Yes. We left Wellington Weiss and walked back, well, a lot of W words, down the hallway. I looked through the glass wall, and once again, I saw something moving in the news studio. I don't believe it, I said with a smile. We all saw Shaggy and Scooby sitting at the anchor desk. They were pretending to be doing a newscast. They're gonna get us thrown out of here. We'd better go get them, Fred said. And quickly. Dad vibes, Fred. I would love to see a news show starring Shaggy and Scooby. Yes. Video killed the YouTube star. Oh, God. No. We have so little as it is. I'm just kidding. Betamax. Yeah. Betamax were bricks compared to VHS tapes. Yeah, they were huge. Does anybody remember like Disney was always so extra with their VHS cases? They always had like the puffy cases that like nobody else like just had extra packaging. They were so extra, but I always loved getting their VHS, like picking them up. I mean, I think Ludwig says it best, where he's like, there is no canceling unless you're able to stop making content. If you're still making content, then at the end of the day, you haven't really been canceled. It looks like there's so many YouTubers on this platform that honestly should be deplatformed that just they'll always be kicking around, and there'll always be people that like them. Clamshells, yes. D&D update, I almost forgot. The party are being yeeted into an underwater cave system. We know it's structurally unsafe, but YOLO. Oh my god. That sounds awesome and dangerous, and also the first time I read it, I misread it as underwear cave. Don't even know what that would be. I'm glad you said underwater cave. Clamshell cases, yes. They were so puffy. I remember I just liked to like, I liked the sound of like your fingers kind of sticking to it, and then just like, it was like, I guess a very early ASMR thing for me, I guess. Oh yeah, VHSs are way more satisfying to look at on the shelf for sure. A lot of comedians take pride in like being edgy, but like that doesn't make you funny. That can just make you an asshole sometimes. Like if your comedy isn't like furthering or like standing up for people's rights, if it's putting people down, you know, I feel like Dave Chappelle should know better than, you know, punching down is a pretty basic thing of comedy. Even I know that, and I'm like, Dave, come on, Dave. For a relic there, so we had to go. You don't say no to the gods when they tell you. Yeah, when the gods are like, hey, do this thing, it's like, all right, fine. Percy Jackson taught us that. You can read the title. DVD and Blu-ray practically have to read the title. $140. Paul is the elder, the 140-year-old elder. I'm 25. I'll be 26 in December. 29 currently. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got distracted again. Jeez. The tech issues really threw me off earlier. Looks like we found another suspect, right? Check out the suspect eyes on page 23 to make sure you found him. Then answer the questions in your clue keeper. What is the suspect's name? What is his relationship to the television station? What does he want that makes him a suspect? Once you finish jotting down your notes, read the next entry to see what happened to us next. All right, let's see. Also, hello. Oh, hello. I saw you pop in and I was like, Chris, and then I didn't like officially say hello. Percy Jackson, a great series. Can't wait. Oh, I can't wait for the new Disney Plus series. I hope it's better than the movies, which, to be fair, were not the worst movies I've ever seen, but I have seen some pretty bad movies at this point, so I don't know what that endorsement is worth. Okay, so suspect number 3 is Wellington Weiss. That's actually his name? Super cool name. That is feels like a news reporter's name. News reporters always have cool names. Yep, Wellington Weiss. I even spelled it right. Yay, me. What? Glad to see you, Chris. Missed you the past few streams. Oh, don't keep buffering. Okay. Yes, garçon, I will have the Wellington Weiss, medium rare, yeah. Yeah, beef Wellington. Yeah, beef Wellington is totally a fancy food thing. So this guy's connection, yes, my O's look like an A. I know. I'm very aware. I'm sorry about it. So he got fired. His show was canceled. I guess that's his motive. Or, well, let's say his motive is just revenge. revenge for being taken off air. These 5 sister goddesses basically sponsor our adventuring party, so they got to tell us, hey, go to the funky island with the unstable cave system underneath. And we're like, yes, ma'am. Oh my god, that's amazing. I love it. D&D is so fun. And then 2, you return to... Somehow means there was a first blood for... What? Now I'm intrigued. Oh god. No more internet issues. I can't take any more. Haven't we suffered enough? I can't. Okay. So now... I know, we're almost at the 2-hour mark for the stream. I just wrote on my arm. Okay. We're almost at the 2-hour mark for the stream. The stream is going to be, like, halved. Or, not really, but a big chunk of it is going to have to be cut out for all of the technical issues. For the poor souls that are watching this back. So hopefully you won't have to sit through all that. Alright, so this is... Yeah, this is where we were. Okay, who's ready? Let's see. Clue Keeper entry 4. Fred, Daphne, and I raced down the television studio. We arrived just as Shaggy and Scooby walked off the set. Shaggy, Scooby, what were you doing? I called. Don't worry, Daphne, Mr. Rosto said. They were giving us a hand. Rand-a-raw, Scooby said, holding up his front paw. He and Shaggy giggled. Well, if you were to ask anybody in my family, animals also have hands. Their front paws are their hands, and their back paws are their feet. Obviously. We needed someone to sit behind the new desk so we could get the lighting just right. They were stand-ins! I've never seen stand-ins reference anywhere. That's what I do. Oh, right now I'm an editor, but that's what I've done for years. Mr. Rosto explained. Shaggy and Scooby volunteered in exchange for a visit to the cafeteria, that is. Shaggy and Scooby smiled. Suddenly, the studio started buzzing with activity. Morton O'Malley, the anchorman, walked onto the set and sat down behind the news desk. A technician handed him a clip-on microphone and his news script. Places, everyone, a voice called over the loudspeaker. Morton O'Malley straightened up and looked right into the camera. We could see him on the TV monitors that were hanging all over the studio. Good evening, I'm Morton O'Malley, he said. Tonight's big story, a sudden hailstorm is expected to pelt our town tonight. For more, let's go to our weather map. The picture on the television monitor switched from the news desk to a big weather map. Suddenly, something burst through the weather map on the wall. Shaggy exclaimed, "It's the television monster!" The curse of the television monster continues, shouted the creature. Morton O'Malley sprang to his feet. The monster lunged toward him. He grabbed the newsman by the hair. Hey, Morton O'Malley yelled as the monster gave a swift tug. The man's hair flew off his head. Yikes, Fred cried. The monster had yanked off the anchorman's wig. Hey, there's no shame in wearing a wig. Come on, guys. Poor guy. On live TV and everything. Suddenly bald, Morton O'Malley jumped out of his seat and ran screaming off the set. Who's going to be my next victim? The monster asked, looking straight into the camera. Stay tuned and find out, the monster roared, and then turned and ran out of the studio. Can you even imagine? Can you imagine? I have to imagine that one of the kids that saw the television monster on whatever the Silly Sam show was, their parents have just gotten them calmed down, looks at the news to see what the weather's doing, and then this happens all over again. The monster roared and then turned and ran out of the studio. After him, Fred yelled. We all ran into the hallway, but the television monster had disappeared. Go to commercial, Mr. Rosto yelled. Then get someone to finish the News Studio 3. News in Studio 3. There you go. Oop. Double panel. Very nice. Oh, look at that. My phone finally decided to turn on. That's good. Studio 3 set up for cooking with Wendy, said Ben as he walked into the studio. I suggest you use Studio 4. All the technicians quickly ran out of the new studio, heading for Studio 4. This monster is going to ruin me for sure, Mr. Rosto said. Maybe we should just go off air forever. Don't make any quick decisions, Mr. Rosto, Ben said. That's right, Fred added. We're here to help. You figure out a way to stay on air for now. We'll take care of the rest. We moved off to the side while everyone left for Studio 4. Gang, if we're going to help Mr. Rosto save the station, we'd better act fast, Fred said. Let's start by taking a look around the news set. Velma walked over to the broken weather map on the floor. She reached down and picked up a piece. That monster must be really strong to break through a wall like that, I said. Not necessarily, Velma said. The weather map is mounted on some kind of styrofoam board. Even Shaggy could break through it. Ouch. Poor Shaggy. I mean, Shaggy can. Shaggy's a little wimp, is basically what she just said. This is peculiar. What is it, Velma? Fred asked. Look how straight this side of the piece is, Velma said. In fact, all of the pieces have straight, clean edges. It looks to me like someone pre-cut the map so it would break apart easily. Which means the television monster came to the news set earlier today, Fred said. I think we just found our first clue, Velma said. You're right, Velma. Fred agreed, and if we're going to find any more, we'd better split up. Of course we do. Of course he always wants us to split up. My phone died, so now I'm pulling up the monitoring stream on this again. Ooh, I just saw a Dream Sounds video pop up. I want to watch that once I get off stream. Oh, look at that. This is not keeping up with the chat anymore. I was like, why is no one's talking in chat? That's strange. It's doing the same thing it did before. All right, so sorry. Now I can see your comments. Okay. Wow, I missed a lot of comments since it wasn't updating. So love the Japanese S code. Thank you. It actually was not it was just like an orange jumper, but it did kind of give off that Japanese flair. I hope I did it justice. Oh yeah, I got to technically do I had a I got to ooh, this is so exciting. I got to have Daniel from the Box Cutter podcast on to do a video that's going to come out probably next week. And I was really excited about it because it was really great to interview somebody that like has such a passion for like nostalgic media like he does. He was great to talk to, so I was very excited to do that. Oh yeah, let's vote on what sort of case it's going to be. Let's see. What kind? Oh, what kind? I typed terribly. Do we think it's going to be a costume? I think this is definitely a costume. But it could be tech also. I doubt it's supernatural, but, you know, weird things have happened. I didn't think we would have a real pterodactylus, but that. Everything is broken. Do. Not worth the time. But see, now I'm interested. There's a lot of things I've covered that aren't really worth the time, but I did it anyway. Oh, yeah, we're getting a little bit of glitchiness again, but hopefully it's not as bad. Switch up to this nice. I don't really have seen This Frog Town with Rowdy Piper. Never seen that. Frog humanoids run the world, rule the world, and Rowdy has to help a woman. Wow. That sounds like a lot. Leave his lack of hairline alone. I know, poor guy. Way more strange. Dude, it couldn't need some hair. Wow, that's a lot. Envisioning Nightbot whenever the monster. Yeah, I'm gonna envision that Nightbot looks like this guy for forever now. I wish I could change Nightbot's what am I trying to say? Profile picture to this. The scene reminds me of Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, where the Black Knight comes in and the news station goes, sorry, you've been canceled. Yes, what a great... Those movies were actually great. We have a robot at the store I work. Goes from aisle to aisle to do inventory. It's interesting. Robots are gonna take over the world pretty soon. It's going to overlay. Yeah, I feel like this would boost ratings, if anything. If there was a crazy monster just like running around the station and you kept seeing it on live TV, I'd be watching all day. It just constantly clicks various things so I magically go to the page I want. Yeah. I'm just like not a super fast typer. Like my brother is. My brother can type like 110, 120 words per minute. I cannot type anything close to that. It's quite sad, actually. How many siblings do I have? I just have one brother. But then also I have a cousin who I grew up really close with, so she feels like my sister, but technically I have one brother. He's about 3 years younger. I am the old sibling. Okay. Like, did you notice the flashlight on page 34? That shows you our first clue. Now open up your clue keeper and answer these questions about it. What is the clue? What does it have to do with the television monster? Which of the suspects do you think could have left this clue? Okay, so the clue number 1. Clue #1. I'm very sorry. Clue number 1 is pre-cut styrofoam. Styrofoam. Am I the only one that always thought styrofoam was a brand? I have an older sister. Yay, older sisters. Pre-cut styrofoam. A stepbrother 3 years older. Nice. I know everybody I know when they have kids, they always like, everybody hopes that like, they're like, I want to have a boy first, and like big brother vibes and stuff. It's like, okay, but big sisters, I think we're kind of underrated. I think big sisters are underrated. I always thought styrofoam was a brand. I don't know if that's just a very American thing about me, but I'm like, is styrofoam, can you say styrofoam? Maybe it like was a brand and then it lost its brand status because of, like, you know, if things get used too much, you can basically lose your brand status. Like Band-Aid, it's about to happen in America because Americans just call all bandages Band-Aids. So this clue is important because it means that this is an inside job. The call is coming from inside the house. This is an inside job. The child here. Oh, wow. The Kleenex curse. The Kleenex curse. Yep. I don't know if that's an all-American thing or just, or a particularly Southern thing, but every tissue is a Kleenex. The barely older stepbrother, same month, same year, opposite ends of the month. Oh, wow. 3 younger stepsisters and a younger stepbrother. Wow. And a half-brother. Wow, you come from a big family. Half-brother is younger. What are the movies I sent you? Ooh, I've always wanted to see that movie. I've never actually seen it all the way through. Okay, almost all vacuums are referred to as Hoovers. Interesting. We have Hoovers here, but we don't... I guess it's just not as big of a market for Hoover here. Same day, 5 years apart. Oh, wow, that's super cool. My brother and I, our birthdays we're 3 years apart, but our birthdays on the calendar are only 8 days apart. We have this thing in our family where there's so many December birthdays. So who do we think could have done this? I'm gonna say that this rules out the dude that's trying to buy the station, right? Because he doesn't have insider information. It's gonna either be Ben. Whoop. That's not what I wanted to write. Either Ben or Wellington. Yes, I am writing out Wellington because I think it's funny. Mom's birthday is Christmas Eve. Mine's the 23rd, day before Christmas Eve. My mom always tells a story about how I got brought home from the hospital on Christmas Day. Like a Hallmark movie. No, I'm just kidding. Older stepbrother and I are jokingly called step twins because he's only 27 days older than me. Well, our cousin, who's basically like our sister, shout out at Lauren if you ever see this. Hi, we love you and we miss you. She and Spencer are exactly 2 weeks apart in age, and they're so similar as people that we jokingly say that they're twins. And especially when they were younger, I think people actually believe this because they look pretty similar too. Hey, late horror show. Oh, my clatter ring. I've had this forever. I don't know where my mom gave this to me. You know, Irish family clatter rings. So yeah, let me take it off. It's all like, it's been through so much. I've literally had this since, oh gosh, high school. I started high school. I don't know if anybody can see. Clatter rings are 2 hands holding a crowned heart. And yeah, there's like a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore around the clatter ring. Or after his technology still exists, but not in the family anymore. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. Wait, we don't call it primary school here. Is primary school grades 1 through 5 or 6 through 8? I don't know. We have elementary school, which is here, sometimes 6th grade can be, well, no. Grades 1 through 5 are elementary school in America. And then we have middle school, which is grades 6 through 8, which is absolutely the worst. And then we have 9 through 12 is high school, which is almost as bad as middle school, but not quite. Primary is K6. Got it. Okay. I can never remember. You can then watch the alternate endings. Okay, that sounds like fun. Okay, where are we? Okay. Right here. Okay. Once you're done, put away your clue keeper and see what we found next. He was born on April 2nd and I was born on April 29th. And the symmetry of it is hilarious because we're both 2 days. Wow. Oh, that's so symmetrical. I love it. Are those considered courtship rings? No, they can be worn. People wear clattas. Irish people especially wear clattas for every reason. For a lot of people, it's like handed down. Like I have a couple of friends that wear a ring that's like it's their grandfather's ring or their great grandfather's ring, and it keeps getting handed down. And then like they wear it when they start high school. This one wasn't anybody's before mine. It was new when it was given to me. But it was just, my mom gave it to me because, you know, clatter rings, we're very proud of our heritage and it's good luck. And it just stands for friendship, love, and loyalty. So it's just like a hope that all those things come into your life, and you're supposed to actually wear it, fun fact, differently depending on your relationship status. Like, for those of us that are single, you wear it upside down on your right hand ring finger. If you're in a relationship, you flip it. You wear it on the same finger, but there. And then if it's an engagement ring, it's upside down on your left ring finger, and then it gets flipped over and it's right side up if it's a wedding band. Lantern ring. Okay, but that's kind of funny though. I think having a traditional diamond ring is kind of overrated. No. No, God, no, I'm not engaged. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's like The Sims. That's The Sims escalation. Like, you're single, you're dating, you're engaged, you're married, you've got 10 kids. That's the... One day I would love to see the Sydney Opera House. I'd love to travel. I'm one of those Americans that's never been outside of the country, so I just would hope to change that one day. Tub World. Of course, Hot Tub World. Yeah, I went through the Sims course of relationships. Shaggy, you and Scooby come with me, I said. This is Clue Keeper entry number 5, by the way. I want to check out the stairwell where Mr. Weiss saw the monster disappear earlier. Do you guys remember Lillian Weiss? Oh my god, we have 18 people in chat right now? Damn. Hi, everybody who's new. Do you guys remember Lillian Weiss, the director from the second Nancy Drew game? Stay tuned for danger, because that's what I'm thinking about when I see the name Weiss. Oh, you're seeing Phantom of the Opera in New York in December. Ooh, nice. It's closing. You're probably going to be one of the last people to see it. That's great. Do I still eat Fruit Loops? I've never really liked Fruit Loops. I never liked fruity cereal. I liked chocolatey cereal, so like Cocoa Pebbles were my favorite. Fruity Pebbles were my brother's favorite, and we always used to fight over which was better. I went to check out the stairwell where Mr. Weiss saw the monster disappear earlier. Good idea, Daphne, Fred said. Velma and I will finish looking around here and then check out the other studios. Ooh, Velma and Fred are teaming up. You don't see that very often. Chocolate cereal for me, right? Chocolate cereal is the best. I still could. Last musical I saw was Wicked when I was 14. Wow, I've never seen any musical. Phantom of the Opera, my mom has seen it because that's her favorite musical. And I'm hoping to do videos on the Phantom of the Opera recording of the 25th anniversary, and then also the Love Never Dies recording, because of course I do. Good idea. Let's meet back in Mr. Rosso's office, Velma said. Come on, fellas, I said to Shaggy and Scooby. Do we have to, Daphne? Shaggy whined. Like, Scooby and I are still hungry. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the sooner you can eat, I replied. The three of us left the studio. We headed back to the hallway outside Wellington Weiss's dressing room and found the door to the stairwell. Just as I opened the door, something caught my eye on the floor outside. Mr. Weiss's dressing room. On the floor outside Mr. Weiss's dressing room. Got it, caught up. I walked over, but before I could pick it up, Mr. Weiss's door opened. Can I help you, young lady? Mr. Weiss asked. No, sir, I said. We were just looking for the cafeteria. Shaggy jumped in. I was on my way downstairs as well, Mr. Weiss said. Care to join me? Roulette, Scooby said happily. He means no thanks, I said, giving Scooby a stern look. Very well, Mr. Weiss said. He stepped out of his dressing room and closed the door behind him. He pulled a baseball cap over his head. Can't be too careful with that horrid television monster running around. Poor Morton. Oh, so he wears a wig too. That's not a bad thing. We watched Mr. Weiss walk into the stairwell. When he was gone, I picked up the object from the floor. It looks like a piece of videotape, I said. Clue. That's nice, Daft, but that could be anything. They're literally in a news station, like a TV station. That's nice, Daft, Shaggy said. Just then the stairwell door opened again. Ben Fraser walked out into the hallway. He carried a bag over his shoulder and headed for Mr. Weiss's dressing room. He's not there, Ben, I said. He went to the cafeteria. Really? Thanks, Ben said. I have to get him these tapes before he leaves. See ya. See you later. At least we know there's no television monster on those stairs now, I said to reassure Shaggy and Scooby. Let's go. Shaggy, Scooby, and I walked into the stairwell and found 2 staircases. One staircase went down and another went up. The door to the stairwell then closed behind us with a click. Well, what was that? Shaggy asked. The door closing, I said. See? I turned and saw something stuck under the door. It was another piece of videotape. In fact, there were a few pieces on the stairs going down. I think this trail of videotape is more than a coincidence, I said. We'd better go find Fred and Velma. Man, our stomachs can't take much more of this, Shaggy said. Scooby and I are going downstairs to the cafeteria to get something to eat, for real this time. All right, you two, I said. We'll meet you down there. I put both pieces of videotape in my pocket and started walking up the stairs. At the next stairwell, I opened the door and found myself in the hallway outside Mr. Rossiter's office. Fred and Velma were already there. Fred, Velma, I'm glad to see you, I said. Did you find any clues? We didn't have any luck, Velma said. Whoever is behind this mystery is doing a pretty good job of covering its tracks. Maybe he's not doing as good a job as he thinks, I said. I showed them the pieces of videotape I'd found and told them about my meeting with Wellington Weiss. Sounds like we're getting closer to solving this mystery, Fred said. Let's find Shaggy and Scooby so we can regroup and plan our next steps. Diamonds aren't worth as much as people think. Yeah, the whole reason that we have traditionally diamond engagement rings is basically just because of a media campaign from long ago. So I personally think diamonds, they're fine, but I think it's cool when people have non-diamond engagement rings too. I was in my middle school rendition of High School Musical. That's cool. Had by a jeweler who used diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yes. Shot the dough for a diamond, they weren't worth it. Yeah, I mean, it's silly. Diamonds are just diamonds, you know? Scooby and Shaggy would love fair food. I'm pretty sure there's several where they're eating, like, food at a carnival or fair. Love Never Dies gets flashbacks to that sequel, I swear. Oh, it's so bad, but I can't wait to talk about it. Mystery Inc. gang, stop talking down to Daphne challenge failed. Yeah, right? Screw diamond rings, do what Homer did, give an onion ring. It's fun and practical. Or like one of those, what is it, Ramona and Beezus, where he gives her the arcade ring. I always thought that was cute. A million years ago, everything made from household items. Oh my gosh. Ridley Scott donated $5,000 to the school. That's so cool. That's really cool, actually. I want to look that up. She answered. I've never really liked Fruit Loops. I just don't like fruity cereal. It's really weird. I'm really weird with like sweet things. I much prefer like chocolatey cereal if it's gonna be sweet cereal, but you know. Diamonds Are Forever is a great James Bond theme. I've never seen a James Bond movie. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I had Clue Keeper notes to do. Okay. Never. I've never seen one. BRB, I'll link it. Yay! What cereals did I eat? I was really big into Cocoa Pebbles and chocolate frosted mini wheats and all the and Cookie Crisps. You remember Cookie Crisps? And then also, so this is how weird I am. I don't like Honey Nut Cheerios. I only like the regular Cheerios that taste like the cardboard box. That's the only kind of Cheerios that I like. Even Live Let Die. I know, I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen them either. Okay, Chris is in the never seen James Bond boat with me. I'm not completely alone. The clue on page 38 was a pretty easy one to miss. Was it? We're really lucky I spotted it. Yes, we are. We are, Daphne. Know your worth. Clue keeper. Take out your clue keeper and answer these questions about it. What is the clue? What does it have to do with the television monster? It is 10:30 and we are still doing this because of the almost hour of shit that went down. What did it have to do with the television monster? Who could have left the clue on the stairs? If you have a chance to think about the clue, read my next entry to see what ended up happening next. So, who... I've also never seen the Santa Claus 3 all the way through. For a weird reason, Santa Claus 3, when I was a kid, was one that I really weirdly liked, and it's obviously not a good movie, but, like, 8-year-old me loved that movie. Okay, clue number 2. We have tape. I guess from the costume. On stairs. Behind Diego on stairs. Sorry, I'm broken because of the Nancy Drew games. New Santa Claus series coming to Disney Plus. Bernard's return. I heard about that, and that made me happy because obviously Bernard was the best part. A friend who somehow saw Jurassic Park 3 before any of the others. Wow. I mean, I used to watch... I think I saw Sister Act 2 before I saw Sister Act 1, and to this day, Sister Act 2 is my favorite out of the two. Who's a suspect? Fun name, regardless. Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, Fourth Doctor. And one Bond movie didn't appeal to me. Yeah. I guess it's hit or miss depending on who's playing Bond, but again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. You still like Free Willy 2 better than Free Willy. You could do a whole, like, segment on just sequels that are better than the movie that they are sequels of, because there are a few. I don't know why, but there are a few. Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone. Yeah. They're basically like the same movie, and I like both of them. If I have time, if I'm just like decorating the tree or just like we're just hanging out with family, I'll put on 1 and 2, but if I don't have time, I will always pick 2. It's got Tim Curry in it. It's just more interesting because they're in New York. I've always liked 2 better. My mom was watching Home Alone 2. Okay, but that's adorable. That's so cute. What are the other questions about this? I already forget. My dash is just not loading even a little bit. I'm just like, why? I always hated when you could find sequels to a movie somewhere but not the originals. Yeah. Or like when you get a book and you realize the book is a sequel to another book and you're like, damn, now I can't read it until I read the other book. Okay. Who could have left the clue on the stairs? Is there somebody that should be ruled out because of the stairs? Didn't Ben hurt his arm, not his leg? Maybe I'm misremembering. Hang on. Alone 2 is better mostly because of Tim Curry. Tim Curry makes everything better. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Trying to think of other ones too. I'm not usually this clumsy, but I hurt my hand doing some work on the news set earlier today. Interesting. Okay. Equals you hate, but they're guilty pleasure. Jaws, Revenge, and RoboCop 3. Yes, they're terrible, but in a fun way. Yes. Terrible, but in a fun way is some of my very favorite movies. Woo. I didn't spoil myself. I'm in the minority that like Terminator 1 the best. I've only seen like pieces of the Terminator movies. I haven't even seen enough of it to have like an opinion on that. Who could have left the clue? I don't know. I just don't know. Apparently I'm not as smart as the average grade schooler. I giggle like a schoolgirl at Happy Pizza. Compliments to the Plaza Hotel. I love that movie so much. Every time Tim Curry comes on screen, no matter what it is, no matter how good or bad the movie or thing surrounding him is, I am just happy. Like, if you want me to watch something, inform me that Tim Curry is in it, and I will watch it. Grease 2 better. I didn't even know there was a Grease 2 for the longest time. I don't know how I didn't know this. Tim Curry was Pennywise. Yes, and he was fantastic. He was also the voice of Nigel Thornberry. Fern Gully was a great song by Tim Curry. Yes. Yeah, I heard that he'd had like a stroke, but I think it's amazing. I think it's really incredible that he's still doing voiceover work. He's still doing what he loves to do, and I guess that's. Are we having glitches again? Am I just seeing things now? I don't know. But yeah, I just think I love that man. I think he's just an all-around cool dude. Grease 2 is underrated. Have I never seen Grease 2? She's All That shouldn't have been remade? Probably not. Clue Keeper Entry 6. Fred, Velma, and I walked down 2 flights of stairs to the cafeteria level. When we got there, the door was open. We walked the hallway looking for Shaggy and Scooby. Scooby Doo, where are you? Shouted Velma. That's the name of one of the shows. We heard the muffled sound of 2 voices. We followed the sound to a door on the left side of the hallway. Fred reached out for the doorknob and quickly pulled the door open. Ah! Screamed Shaggy from inside. Then he stopped, looked at us, and smiled. Oh, it's you. Like, we thought you were that television monster. What are you 2 doing in this closet? I asked. I thought you were going to the cafeteria. I almost said cafeteria. Cafeteria. The cafeteria is at the end of the hall, but we never made it that far, Shaggy explained. Scooby Doo and I, again, there's only one Scooby. I don't need Scooby's last name. We're on our way to, or maybe it's like his hyphenated name. Like, maybe Doo is his Christian name? I don't know. Scooby-Doo and I were on our way when we heard the television monster's creepy voice. We decided to play it safe and hide in here. I noticed an open door next to the closet. Maybe he ducked in here, I suggested in a whisper. Carefully, we pushed the door open wider and peered inside. Looking around the room, we saw lots of television equipment. Oh my gosh. Ah, excuse me. This must be where they repair the television cameras, Velma said. Televisions too, Shaggy said. Check out that groovy number. Shaggy pointed to a golden television, sitting on a table in the corner. It must have been very old because it still had dials for changing the channel. We used to have one of those. It was also wood paneled on the sides. Loved that TV. This, Fred said. He was reading a piece of paper taped to the top of the television. It's a work order, dated last Tuesday. I guess the television is really badly broken. Whose is it? I asked. Fred looked at the paper again. You're not going to believe it, he said. We all looked at the paper. In the space where a name was supposed to go, we saw only 2 letters written. WW. The dude. Of course, I said. It all makes sense now. What does? Asked Shaggy. If you ask me, our monster's next television appearance is about to be canceled. Did we only get 2 clues? Did we really only get 2 clues? Interesting. Maybe we'll get another one. No, turn the assistant off. I don't want... Ah, sorry. Yes, Nightbot, I see that you're here. Molly Ringwald's cameo. That's from Pretty in Pink. Yeah, I love Molly Ringwald. The ridiculousness that is Pretty in Pink. Yeah, all those teen 80s movies. Pretty in Pink, Adventures in Babysitting. They were just a lot. Why am I blanking on the name of it? Some Kind of Wonderful is actually, I think, is my hot take. Some Kind of Wonderful is better than Pretty in Pink, and I will live and die by that. Consider this as clue 2.5 for now, right? Last Dragon, so good. Ooh, I've been thinking about Last Dragon. I don't know when I'll get to that, but that would be fun. If you ask me, our monster's next television appearance is about to be canceled, Velma said. And how do you cancel a monster? Asked Shaggy. Easy, Fred said. You set up a trap. I'm sorry I asked, Shaggy replied. And we're gonna need your help, and Scooby's, Fred added. Now I'm really sorry I asked, Shaggy said. How about it? I said to Scooby. There was just no... Maybe that was a clue. That must have been our third clue, but there was no, there was no indication. Weird. Okay. And we're gonna need your help and Scooby's, Fred said. Fred added. Now I'm really sorry I asked, Shaggy said. How about it, I said to Scooby. Are you ready to be the bravest dog in the whole world? Scooby said, shaking his head. How about for a Scooby snack, I offered. Scooby thought for a moment. Okay, he barked. I gave Scooby his Scooby snack. Ooh, she got off cheap. She's giving him more than one here. And he gobbled it down in a flash. Velma, you get Mr. Rosto and bring him to the control room. We're going to need his help, Fred said. The television monster won't be able to pass up an opportunity to ruin a TV show, so let's go to Studio 3 and get ourselves set up. Set up for what? Shaggy asked. You'll see, Fred said with a smile. Career opportunities with Frank Whaley and Jennifer Connelly. I have not. Filmed in a Target. Jennifer Connelly. Is that the girl who was in... Am I thinking of somebody else? Is that the girl who was in Labyrinth? I might just be fried because it's 10:30 at night and I'm just tired of fighting the gremlins for my tech to work. This is the second stream in a row that I've had trouble with the YouTube Stream Dash, and I am not upset. I mean, I'm not happy about it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. People don't really realize that she was only 14 when she did Labyrinth, and that's actually kind of super impressive. All right. Clue Keeper Entry 8. We only got 2 clues, huh? Interesting. We walked down the hallway and went inside Studio 3. Scooby, do you see what I see? Asked Shaggy. Yeah, Scooby replied with a smile. The studio was set up for cooking with Wendy. A long counter stood along the front. An electric mixer and some mixing bowls were already out. A double oven, a large food pantry, an enormous refrigerator, and a sink lined the wall behind the counter. A fake kitchen door stood on the right side. Okay, here's the plan, Fred said. Scooby, you'll pretend to be doing a cooking show. Shaggy, you hide in the food pantry. I'll be hiding just off stage. Over there, Daphne, you pretend to operate the camera. When the television monster shows up, I'll give the signal. Shaggy will jump out of the pantry and grab the monster. Velma and I will run on and tag... Oh my god. And tie And tie him up with one of the microphone cords. With one of the microphone cords? And what should I do? Boomed Mr. Rosto's voice from the control room. Make it look like we're on the air, Fred called back. Places, everyone. You heard the man, Scoob, Shaggy said. To the kitchen. Roo-ra-richin. Now I'm just picturing Scooby saying bitchin'. Sorry. Editor did the job for this one. Yeah, we only got 2 clues, but we cut no obvious mess ups, I guess. Although I do think that they didn't coordinate. The person who wrote it and the person who illustrated it didn't coordinate because she only gives him 1 Scooby snack, but she's got 2 in her hand. She might even have 3 in her hand. Looks like she's got a whole handful of Scooby snacks, but oh well, we'll let that one slide. Making sure everybody can see. Where was I? Shaggy and Scooby walked onto the kitchen set. Shaggy opened the pantry door and found an apron and chef's hat hanging inside the door. He tied the apron around Scooby and then put the chef's hat on Scooby's head. Gee, Scoob, you look just like a famous chef, Shaggy said. Scooby's gonna pull his own Rachel Ray episode. Rich run, asked Scooby. Like Chef Doggery, Shaggy joked as he stepped into the pantry. Hey, it's dark in here. I don't even understand that pun. It was so bad. Then keep the door open a little, called Fred. And remember, not to make any noise. We don't want the television monster to know you're in there. Daphne, start the camera. We're ready? We're ready, Mr. Rosto. I found the button that turned on the television camera. Scooby's picture appeared on the television monitor hanging in the studio. I love the fact that with one push of a button, she's getting this big camera to work. Hang on, I'm getting distracted by chat, and I want to answer, but I want to finish this chapter, or else I'll forget where I was. Hang on. He grabbed a mixing bowl and put it in front of him. He got some milk and eggs from the refrigerator. He opened the pantry, and Shaggy handed him the flour and sugar. Scooby whistled as he put all the ingredients into the mixing bowl. He put the bowl onto the electric mixer and turned it on. Suddenly, the television monster burst through the kitchen door. Does anybody remember when Rachel Ray used to carry everything in one giant trip? And it would always stress me out because I thought she was going to drop everything. The curse of the television monster strikes again, the monster cried as he walked menacingly towards Scooby. Now, Fred called from offstage, but nothing happened. I said now! Scooby opened the pantry door. Shaggy was sitting with a mouthful of cookies, an empty box on his lap. Ugh! He shrugged, and then reached up and pulled the pantry door closed. Scooby backed away from the monster and accidentally bumped into the mixer, putting it on high. The mixing bowl spun around furiously, spewing bits of cake batter everywhere. Scooby tried to run, but he slipped on some batter that splattered on the floor. The television monster was about to grab Scooby. Sorry, I'm supposed to have more urgency. The television monster was about to grab Scooby, but a huge glob of batter suddenly landed on the monster's television face. For a second, my brain was like, that can't be right. And I'm like, no, brain, that's right. Unable to see, the monster flailed his arms and tried to grab the counter. One of the strands of videotape hanging from his body got caught in the mixer blades. Oof. The blades were still turning. The television monster began to spin so fast he fell to the floor. Come on, Fred said. Fred said, stepping forward. Let's see who the television monster really is. Labyrinth is such a good film. I had so much fun doing the video with my friend Travis where I showed him Labyrinth for the first time because Labyrinth is so weird, but it is so great. It's so fascinating. Go to the Museum of Moving Images. Whoops. Took my entire Jim Henson section. I saw Big Bird, many other Muppets, Fraggle Rock, and yeah, for I think I've talked about this, but next year I'm gonna get a chance to do a video basically about the Sailor Moon fandom. And not like digging into each episode, but just like because I want to leave the door open to do videos on each episode in the future if I want to, but just, you know, about the fandom. And I was like, that would be kind of a fun side series. And if I ever did that, I would love to do one about the Henson fandom and what Henson has meant to all of us over the years. And we actually have the Atlanta Center for Puppetry Arts, which is funded by the Henson Corporation and has a big permanent display of all of his stuff. Yeah, David Bowie's costume is so... I just think of Travis going, the funniest part is this is just what David Bowie looked like. Rich Run. Sounds like he's saying bitch run. Yeah. Scooby. Rachel Ray without hearing his speech impediment. Yes. Honestly, the fact that a dog can speak at all is still blowing my mind all these years later. I'm gonna vote for the culprit. Yes. Now let me see. Hang on. I'm gonna open up a new tab because of course everything's breaking tonight. Why wouldn't it be? Wow, my recommendeds are just such a thing. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to go to the live thing to get this. Please load. I'm begging you, load. Sailor Moon superfan? Yes. Yeah, Sailor Moon is just so influential as far as like anime goes. It's actually really interesting because I didn't know until I did that Sailor Moon video, like how I knew that Sailor Moon was a big deal, but I started to learn just like a tiny bit about it and like how important it is to the whole genre. And I just think that's really fascinating. All right, I will start the poll if I can. Give me 1 second. Based on the fact Scooby can talk at all, we really shouldn't have been surprised by the real-life pterodactyl, right? What kind of movies or books do you like to collect? So, I mostly collect, like, the types of books that we read on stream. So I collect Goosebumps books. I collect, apparently now I'm collecting Berenstain Bear big chapter books or scout books or whatever those are. Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, those like nostalgic old books, I'm fascinated with. And I haven't collected movies in so long because streaming has just kind of done away with a lot of, like, I still very much enjoy like watching DVDs, but a lot of times I just forget to buy DVDs because, you know, streaming. I'm just a habit at this point. Never look up Dragon Ball Z Sailor. Oh, I don't even want to have that thought and where it could possibly go in my head. Is the only really first season? Goosebumps knockoff books. Goosebumps knockoff books, I don't own any, but I would love to own some eventually. There's a lot of Goosebumps knockoffs, and I just think that's very funny. I've never read any, but I love watching videos about them. Sorry, I'm still waiting for this to load. Oh, I'm sure. Trust me, my teenage years were spent in the height of Tumblr popularity. I've seen things that can never be unseen. All right, so who are we thinking? Just since I'm still trying to get this poll going, who are we thinking? Really? We're just not... I guess internet is just a thing that we don't have access to right now? What's happening, guys? Are we back on? Is anybody actually seeing me right now? Because for a second, my OBS went offline, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but here we are. Yes, okay, good. You're good. Okay. I heard the little, like, ba-doop! OBS says, turned off, reconnecting, and I was like, why, though? Why are we doing this? Computer just doesn't even want to load the YouTube dash, which is weird, because it has to be interacting with it if we're still streaming. So I have questions. I've got a lot of questions. Your 400 hours of AOL must have ended. Oh, God. Yup. No. Please. Oh my God. The internet just really, really hates me, apparently. Okay. A little more concerned with an earlier chatter's message and wonder if you need help there, LOL. Wait, what? Did I miss something? I'm saying that the stream started buffering. Yeah, my internet is desperately trying to kick me off the internet right now. I'm just like, but why? Why are we doing this? How am I going to end this stream if I can't even load the dash? That's interesting. Internet gremlin is causing chaos again. Well, that's good. You can see and hear me. It just literally doesn't want to load any pages, which is weird because you guys can see and hear me. So, like, it's got to be running internet. I have no idea what's happening. Annual guesses this time. Nicole, you're stuck with us. Oh, I'm stuck on stream forever. The stream ends when my internet comes back? That doesn't feel like a thing. Can 100% see and hear you. The tech ghost is just having too much fun. I know you guys can see and hear me. I just literally can't. It's just so bizarre. Like, you guys can see and hear me, but it's not even loading the dash. It's like, what dash? There's no dash. And I'm like, there is. There is, though. This stream has just been a shit show from the very beginning. And here I, like, wanted us to, like, write Goodreads reviews together. I'll save that for the next stream. We'll do that together next time. And, when I have this working, hopefully. The Scooby Doo book is cursed. Oh my God. No, I think I'm cursed. I think it's that. Beef Wellington. I'm gonna guess that. I mean, who do we think? Because, like, it could be him or Ben, I guess. But I kind of don't want it to be Ben. But also, he's a PA, so he might really hate his boss, you know? He talks about bad streaming. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. This is just Ben. It's just Ben. It's just Ben. A stream with technical problems about Scooby Doo book about technical problems. Maybe we've summoned it, you know? Maybe I've brought this on myself. If you guys can see and hear me, I'm gonna read the little, like, here's how you can guess, because nothing else is working, and I don't really know why. Oh boy. So Kingdom Hearts stream was going to start tomorrow, and then Maddie texted to tell me that she's feeling a little under the weather, so we're postponing it for one more week, so it'll happen, right now the plan is for it to happen a week from tomorrow. I'm in the internet gremlin. Alright. Yeah, let's see. Let me just read through this next part, I guess. While I'm here, you know. Alright, back at Patty's Pancakes. It's a pretty good mystery, isn't it? Asked Daphne as you put down the clue keeper. And I'll bet you've already got an idea of who was wearing the television monster costume. But just to be sure, take out your clue keeper and look over your notes, Fred suggests. Compare your list of suspects with the list of clues, Velma says, and try to figure out which suspects could have left each of the clues. Only one of the suspects will be somehow connected to both of the clues. And since Shaggy and Scooby are still arguing over what kind of pancakes they want, take your time, Daphne says. When you've solved the mystery, turn the page and see who was really under that videotape. Do you think you know the answer to this mystery? Good, then turn the page and see if you figured it out correctly. All right. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear she has COVID. Oh, I hope she gets better soon. I love your Twilight episode last night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching that video. I love doing Twilight Zone videos. Who's it gonna be? That's the question. Yeah. I'm gonna guess the guy's, like, hurt hand never came into play, did it? It was the television guy. Well, I mean, I guess they're all television guys, but I think it was, I know it wasn't the guy trying to buy the place. I think it was the guy who got put off air, the Wellington Weiss guy. Anybody else want to take a second to guess while I fuss with this for another couple seconds? Oh yeah, I finally realized that there were, I finally remembered to watch the outtakes at the end of the Round the Twist episode. I was happy. First comment on your video the other day. Yay, first! Twilight Zone episodes. Old couple for body swap to look young. Ooh, that's such a good episode. There's so many good ones. And there's so many stars on that show. Yeah, the paper that shows the two W's is obvious. It is. Okay. So I'm gonna guess Mr. Weiss. Yes, there is my Goodreads profile link is on, you can see it on the banner of the channel. It's also in my About section. It's with all my other social links. Moorhead was great too. One single speaking line. Yes, that was great. And she did a great. That's amazing how great of a character, how memorable that was, even when she had no lines at all. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yup. It was Wellington Weiss, Daphne announces, but I'll bet you knew that, right? But let's start at the beginning, Fred says. Remember, each of the 3 suspects had his own reason for disrupting things at Channel 8. W.P. Whitman wanted to buy the station. Ben Fraser was looking for a big story and he could use to get a job as an anchorman. And Wellington Weiss was angry about being canceled. He got canceled before cancel culture. The first clue we found was the pre-cut weather map that the monster bursts through, Vilma said, and each of the suspects visited the news set earlier that day. Mr. Whitman went back to look at the furniture. Ben told us he was doing work on the set. Oh, interesting. And Mr. Weiss went out for a walk to get ideas for his new show. Our second clue eliminated W.P. Whitman, Daphne explains, because only Ben and Mr. Weiss had access to a lot of videotape. Okay, got to the same place, just different ways. Oh, I forgot to read the mystery revealed. The mystery revealed! Ben Ben Fraser told us he spent some time repairing broken videotapes, and Mr. Weiss mentioned that his VCR at home kept eating the tapes, leaving pieces everywhere. But it was the last clue that singled out Wellington Weiss, Velma says. You'll remember that we found his television in the repair room downstairs. That means he didn't have a TV in his dressing room. He even said he had to watch the tapes at home. Oh, right. That's right. And since he didn't have a TV in his dressing room, Daphne says, there's no way he could have ever had known that television monster yanked off Morton O'Malley's wig on the news broadcast. Ah, that is clever. He knew about it because he was the television monster, Fred says. He later admitted that it was all part of his idea for a new TV show about a monster trying to take over a TV station. But you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to commit the crime. You could have just made a fake show about crime. A show he could star in, of course, adds Velma. The funny thing is that the ratings that night skyrocketed, Fred chuckles. Mr. Weiss created ratings success for the station. That's what I said. I would assume that would create ratings. It's just too bad he did it in such a nasty way, Daphne says, but all in all, that was a pretty groovy mystery, wasn't it? You nod your head in agreement as the waitress returns. Are you ready yet, she asks, Shaggy and Scooby. Yes, Shaggy replies. We'll each have an order of plain pancakes. Plain pancakes, Fred exclaims. But there are over 100 different kinds. I know, but it's too hard to pick just one, Shaggy says, so we decided to keep it simple. 2 orders of plain pancakes, the waitress repeats. What kind of syrup would you like? Huh? Scooby asks Scooby. The waitress reaches across and turns over the menu. You get to choose the kind of syrup you want from our list of 63 different kinds, she says. Oh, brother, Velma moans. Here we go again. Ruby, Ruby, Roo, barks Scooby. I don't know if that's a bark, Scooby. I don't think he knows how to bark. Plus, Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. Yes, it is one of my favorite ones. It's classic. Publicity. Yep. Publicity. All right, that is book number 8. Jay-Z, in case you're seeing this, it wasn't a supernatural case that you and I hoped. But again, there's always hope for the next book. I mean, there's hope for the next. We've read 8. We've got 16 more books, so there's still time. Yeah, I was gonna have us do some Goodreads reviews, but one, it's copyright neutral snooze we're basically, copyright neutral snooze this time. Yeah, pretty much. Scooby upon realizing there's another side. Raw rock. Yeah, pretty much. I was gonna have us write Goodreads reviews, but I'm gonna do this on the next stream because I genuinely cannot get anything to load. I have no idea how I'm still live right now. I don't know. It's a mystery, all right. 63 kinds of syrup. If it ain't maple, don't bother. I like chocolate syrup on pancakes. Big on chocolate if nobody's put it together. Yes, Nightbot, I see you there. Let me put this back on the shelf. Put Beast here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Knocking everything over. Hang on. Get this. There we go. Sorry, guys. You're going to see the glare for a second. I feel like a doctor, like, telling you that you're about to, like, walking you through getting a shot. You're going to feel a little bit of a pinch. Television monster. Next one we have is the case of Dr. Jenkins and Mr. Hyde. This is so great. I love this so much. You're the best, Pavel. Let's see. Either, but dark chocolate is better. Say this, but I look forward to the streams. I look forward to the streams too. It's only been like a few days since we did the last one, and it feels like forever. Whoop. Jeepers! A tasty trip to the Yummy Foods factory turns into trouble for Scooby and the gang. Dear sweet Dr. Jenkins has turned into hideous Mr. Hyde. This monster man threatens to poison every box of the company's newest cheese dish. Okay. His secret formula will change all who eat it into another maniac. Like Hyde, can Scooby and the gang save the world from monster madness? Maybe, but they'll need your help. Oh boy, this one seems like it's going to be a doozy. See you soon for round 9. See you soon. Boysenberry syrup is the only valid choice. Kidding, obviously, but I do enjoy it. Boysenberry is good. Edie has been with me for nearly 30 years. I will. Thank you so much. I can't tell you. This means so much. I love this so much. I will make sure to take very, very good care of it. It's just... I love this so much. You're so sweet for sending it to me. Rule destruction. Gone through technical difficulty. Oh, so many. I'll sing the What's New Scooby Doo theme song when I'm not completely losing my voice after 3 hours of reading and yelling at my computer. I still have no idea how to end this stream. It's just, I mean, I can end it on OBS, but it's just, why? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? Dark chocolate, I think, is definitely better than regular chocolate, but any chocolate is good, you know? Anybody coming up on Halloween, since we have about a month and change left until Halloween, does everybody have a favorite candy? Mine's Kit Kats. I love Kit Kats. I am ready to throw this computer out the window. You can hear me, but in case somebody can hear me, let's see. Yay, we're back. We're finally back. Oh my god. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Mounds. Almond Joy minus the almond. Yeah, I can't have Almond Joy because allergies, so Mounds are great for me. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are great. Peanut Butter Cups and Butterfingers. Oh, you get along with my mother. Those are her two favorites. Kisses. Kisses are good. Oh, the Celine Dion and Peebo Bryson. No hate to the remake, but the original with Celine Dion and Peebo Bryson is just, you can't rival that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just so confused. How not connect? I'm just so floored that it's still streaming, but it doesn't want to load. I just cannot believe. I cannot believe. Let's see. What if I completely close out of this? Do you guys like that this has just turned into a tech stream? Crunch, Three Musketeers, Reese's, all good ones. Streaming issues. Oh, I could talk about streaming issues all damn day. Ooh. Something might actually be working all of a sudden. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. There we go. Oh my god. A stream. We're back. All right. Angela Lansbury is legendary. Yes. No costume plans from you this year. Some fun dramatic themed makeup. Said that sounds fun. Yeah, the whole original soundtrack is just, I don't think there's any rivaling that? That's a word. My brain is so fried. All right. If I can get this to work, do we want to write a Goodreads review for this book while we're here? Dare I try to get Goodreads running? The horror. Hang on, I gotta put it on the red shelf. Don't knock over Bob Ross. There we go. Candies, and you'll never want to eat them another way again. Ooh. Ooh, I should put a few Sour Patch in the fridge. That actually sounds really good. Here, let me go. Let me switch my view. Here we go. Hi, Cameron. I'm gonna log our book and then we can do play around with this more. For a moment, I thought your shelves were color coordinated. Color coordinated. Oh, these? Yeah, no, it's I really should have. Now that we're like going through the series, I'm like I should have like organized them like the rainbow, my OCD. But yeah, these are Goosebump books. There's more up there because I want to keep the full 62 once I receive all of them together. And then all of the Scooby Doo ones are here. We have demoted 2 of the pops so to make room for Scooby Doo. I heard the red. Oh, you heard the red shelf. Oh, I get you. No. Like here, like if you've ever used Goodreads, you have like your red, the shelf that you've read, your 2 read books, and then I've made other ones. So like I have Scooby Doo, and there's Nancy Drew, and there will probably be other shelves for like all of these and like all that stuff. But you can search. This is not sponsored by Goodreads, by the way. Scooby Doo. What is this called? Television Monster. And you can go here and pull up the book, and now we can be like, hey, we read that book. We read this book. Yay, good for us. We read it. We can write a review, which I don't think anybody has any energy to do right now, but we'll do it tomorrow. We'll start that, or whenever we stream next. We'll start the next stream with that. Date started, date ended, same day. Although, wouldn't it be funny if we read past midnight and we could technically say it was the next day? Do you love how I'm officially an old person? Because I'm like, look at this, the fun of Goodreads. I love Goodreads. You're into books and organization, Goodreads is just a very nice experience. Oh, I could have just said set to today. That was dumb. I should have just done that. One of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies is The Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover. I haven't seen that one. Or I missed something. Is it my ex? Oh. Well, thank you for sharing that, Fourth Doctor. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Life is just terrible for no reason sometimes, you know? Oh gosh. Oh, that's absolutely tragic. I hate that. I'm looking at this, by the way. And I'm realizing that you can have a public review and then you can have private notes, and I don't even want to know, after seeing how salty some people can be on this site, what they keep in their private notes. You know? Oh my gosh. Okay. Put that on that shelf. Do that. Yeah. We'll do this. We'll do like actual, like we'll get to like write stuff for these like next time, but just giving you a glimpse of this. Oh. We want to roast this book publicly. Oh, that's sweet. Welcome back, Michael. I'll probably get off in just a minute because this has apparently been the stream night from hell. I appreciate that. For those of you who stuck around, thank you. Our analytics did not suffer through this nightmare, so yeah. Whoop. Oh, sorry. Streamception. Okay, let me go back to this. It is very hard. It's unbelievable how hard it is sometimes. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for spending your time, as always. D&D ranges from 20 to 29, and all of us but the youngest exist in a state of far too young joint and health issues we have. Yeah. Still better than those two Nancy Drew games, Perspective Lady. If we're talking about, oh gosh. Why can't I? It's like my brain is trying to protect me. Ransom of the Seven Ships. God, what a terrible game. Worst game. No gremlins at all. Nope. Nope. I feel like now if I make merch, I need to make a t-shirt that's like gremlin pest control. Heck, gremlin pest control. Thank you guys for all being here and sharing your time. That and the sewer level, that was pretty egregious too. Yeah. But I would say Ransom of the Seven Ships is basically just a whole game's worth of sewer levels. So it's still worse, but that one's pretty bad. Most people could read our group chat. They'd assume we're like 70 to 90 with the complaints we have about our knees and the cold and the sinus headaches. Oh, I'm right there with you. These streams are fun. I'm glad the streams are fun. That would be a great band name. Oh, Gremlin Pest Control? I agree. I would love to see a Scooby Doo Nancy Drew crossover. How has that not happened? A shirt that says nice weirdos and you can take my money. I like that. I'll have to start like sitting down and like actually like planning some stuff out because I've been saying I'm going to do it forever. I haven't done it, so I'll get on that. But I will let you guys go. I'm going to. Oh, before I go, I'm not getting off. I will wait to getting off. But thank you guys for hanging out. The fact that you guys spend your time here on this channel when there's literally so much else on this platform is just, I appreciate that so much. So thank you guys. Do not think that I ever take it for granted. It's an episode you made my day. Gracefully fly away. When did gracefully fly away? It's so great. Good night, Paolo. I'll see you next time. I'll probably stream tomorrow, but if I might, no guarantees. Who knows? Who knows if my computer would even allow that? I just wanted to say no matter. Yet I thank you for everything. Aw, don't ever give up and keep up the hard work. Thank you, Fourth Doctor. That means a lot. I love being here with you guys. Even when we're having all the tech issues, I'm still glad I'm here instead of anywhere else. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. My brother was showing me a clip from one of my first videos where I was excited because like I had gained like 6 subscribers, bringing me to an even 10. And that had just like made my whole day. And I remember being like, wow, double-digit subscribers. And I was so grateful for those 10 subscribers and so grateful for the over 3,000 we have now. And so it's just like, I love hanging out on this channel. I look forward to the next stream. They're like the highlights of my week. LMAO. Oh, they're the highlights of mine too. I feel like it's the one time where like I'm either like working behind the camera or just sitting here alone talking. I like being able to like talk to everybody in real time. Your mom on stream. I will ask her. She's been in one video as everybody remembers, and she thinks that she's terrible on camera, so she might be camera shy, but we'll see what we can do. I want her to do another kitchen video, because oh my god. 3.4k subs. Yeah, I'm so grateful for every single one of you being here. I appreciate it. So, good night, you guys. I am planning to see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Have a great night, day. I was going to say I can definitely say night, but you guys are all in different time zones of day/night/unit of time. I'll see you guys. Bye. I appreciate you, Fourth Doctor. I appreciate all of you. It means a lot. Good night.